what you want from a place of fear. Instead, you're just going to create what you fear. So if you think about it, thoughts are creative, right? And words are creative. And if you're thinking about and speaking about what you don't want, what you fear, what you're afraid of, afraid that will happen in the future, then you're just going to bring your fears into your reality. You're going to manifest them. And sometimes we don't realize that's what we're doing, but the foundation of what we want is based in fear. And that is, or in remaining, being safe. And that, we have more emotion around that foundation in fear than anything else. Right? And so what we're doing is we're avoiding what we fear by trying to create what we want. So if you aren't that familiar with the law of attraction or deliberate intentional creation, then basically, let me give you a little primer. Basically, the idea is that what you think about expands. We're creative beings. We have a spark of creator within us. We co-create. You can say we co-create, we create. You talk about manifestation. I like talking about creation, but basically, what we think about expands. So we end up being wherever our thoughts are or have been. Our thoughts consist of words, and words are creative. We speak our lives into existence. And basically, if we focus on what we desire with great emotion and see it as already made manifest and take some action towards bringing it into our reality, we will create what we desire. But if your underlying emotion, since you want to create with emotion, you have to feel the emotion around having what you want, already having it. But if your underlying emotion is fear and you're creating to avoid what you don't want, that future, right, that isn't desirable, is fearful to you, then that is what you're going to create. So basically, you're creating from a place of avoiding what you don't want. And let's go through a few examples. If you want to create a harmonious marriage, but you're afraid that if you don't, that your partner is going to ask for a divorce, your underlying desire is fear. Well, maybe not the underlying desire, but the underlying emotion is fear. I'm afraid my partner will ask for a divorce, and so I'm going to focus on having a harmonious marriage. But you're doing that because you're afraid that your partner is going to leave. So you're going to have more emotion around not wanting your partner to ask for a divorce than you are on having a harmonious relationship. So eventually you're going to create your partner leaving. It's the same if you think about a job. Maybe you begin to feel a little fearful that, sorry, my dog has just popped out of her door and is barking. Elu, quiet. So job. Let's say you start feeling fearful that you're going to get fired. And so you decide you want to be better at your job, right? You're going to become employee of the month. That's your desire, you think, but really that desire is based in avoiding getting fired. You have a fear of getting fired. And you're eventually going to create that too. I mean, you could look at the job as, you are worried about money. You're afraid you don't make enough to pay your bills. And so you want a promotion. But so you desire the promotion, but you desire it because you have a fear of lack. Okay. Another example, maybe you exercise and eat a healthy diet because you say you want to be healthy and live a long, active life, but you're actually afraid of having a heart attack because maybe one of your parents, like my dad, died at a young age of a heart attack. So, you're exercising and eating healthy, but underneath that isn't really so much the desire to live a long and active life. It's a fear that you'll have a heart attack and you want to avoid having a heart attack. And so then you're surprised when you go to the doctor and the doctor says you have high cholesterol and an arrhythmia and are at high risk of a stroke or a heart attack, right? So we can't create from a place of fear, from a fearful emotion as the foundation of what we want, from avoiding what we desire. So how do you create from desire rather than fear. The first thing is to get really clear on about what you fear. What is it you're most afraid of? Right? And you can go into why, but the why is less important. It's really more about just what do I fear? And then determine, number two is to determine if your fear is actually warranted. Do you know it's going to happen? Is it happening now? This thing that you're afraid of. Are you safe now? Is it a true or is it a fact that this thing is going to happen in the future? Like, do you have some kind of real knowledge that this is going to happen in the future, this thing you don't want? Once you've done that, then you need to get clear, number three, get clear on what you really want. So if you had no fear, like if you could wave a magic wand and your fear was gone, what would you really want? Do you want to be with your wife? Do you want your job? Do you want to be healthy? What do you really want? What is your true desire? And number four is to be present, because fear is focused on an unwanted future or future potentiality, I like to say. And you need to stop focusing on the future because it doesn't exist yet, right? And the past is gone. It doesn't exist either. So if you're basing your fear on some past experience, that's gone. So the future and the past don't exist. So the fact is that you're safe now, and that's what matters. You're safe. The thing that you fear hasn't happened. And so you want to stay in the present moment. That's where we create from, is in the present moment. And then number five is to focus on what you want. So what is that desire, right? We talked about that. Number three is to get clear on what you want. And so now you're going to focus on that. See it as done, feel the desire, feel the emotions around having that desire made manifest, creating what you want. Imagine how lovely it's going to be. And focus on that now in the present moment. So what I want to leave you with is that the main thing is to change your focus if you want to eliminate your fear and create what you want from a place of true desire. Because when you feel fearful, well, let me rephrase that. Every time you feel fearful, I want you to shift your focus to your desire. So don't focus on the fear, focus on the desire. Because, focus on being courageous, focus on going after what you want, focus on being a creator, focus on having what you want. Know that every time you feel fear, your brain is working against you because it's focused on a future you don't want. And you're the thinker of your thoughts. You get to choose what you focus your attention on. And so you can control your mind. You can master your psychology and just keep telling yourself, I'm the thinker of my thoughts. I'm the thinker of my thoughts. I get to choose what I think about. And I want to think about what I desire, not what I fear. Okay? And what I fear doesn't even exist. So I'm definitely going to focus on something that doesn't exist yet that I want, not that what I don't want. Choose thoughts that make you feel safe and secure. Choose thoughts about what you truly want. That's how you're going to get out of choosing, creating from fear. Because you still are creating from fear. Remember that. Even though, I said what I said was when you create from fear, from when the foundation is fear and you're avoiding something, you say you want something because you're avoiding something else, you're still creating from fear and from that emotion of fear. And so we want to just keep shifting out of that, shifting out of that, shifting out of that to feeling safe, feeling courageous, being in the moment, knowing we're okay, and imagining a future where we have what we want. We are powerful creators, but the way we need to create is by mastering our minds. Okay, mental mastery is going to get you everywhere. So always remember that you're the thinker of your thoughts and choose your thoughts. Okay, then you can create from true desire and not from fear. I'm Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. If you don't know me, I am a certified high performance coach and an intuitive transformational catalyst. I love helping people get from where they are to where they want to go by getting out of their own way, which has mostly to do with this, your mind. I love helping people move towards their full human and spiritual potential. This is a journey I'm on, learning how to get out of my own way so that I can be and do and create everything I desire, but to do that from a holistic place of personal and spiritual growth. And I offer personal and spiritual growth in the Inspired Creator community. The link's up above. Feel free to check it out. I would love to have you join me on this journey. I call it living a life to feed your soul, because you're living a human life, but you want to be in spiritual or soul alignment while you do that. And so that's the goal. That's my goal for myself. It's the goal for all the people who are are members in the Inspired Creator community. So check out the link above. And until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.